Hello and welcome back to Biomutant. We are gonna try and take on the last World Eater, and these guys are being a pain because they decided to require me to go on the quests in a certain order, and then they bitched me about being the order of the quests they gave me. If you're going to railroad me into something, don't
Grab tight
complain
and don't
about you
let go.
doing it. Because, yeah, that's just asinine. What do we suppose is in here? Oh, that's interesting. It doesn't... All it seems to do is pull them to me. I guess its advertised damage output was a little bit misleading.
Personal. Get out of it.
Ah, missed. Ah.
You're hurt bad.
Just you left, huh?
If a story is about you, care for it. Glad to see you out and moving about in the daylight.
I don't want to take up any more of your time.
Says you should take care.
Alright, let's mount up. Keep heading onward. We'll undoubtedly get a fast travel point once we reach our goal. Isn't that the grass we're supposed to cut to get something?
Don't want to catch it.
Come on. Give it to us.
Sure useful.
Wait, where'd our main quest go? That's where we want to be going.
Mush mush? That's a good sign. Small's Mart is a favourite thingamajig broker. Let's see.
Let's talk to the shopkeep.
Claims to have strange things from the dead.
You're open for trading.
Says there's usually a line, but today's your lucky day.
I have difficulty believing that. Our equipment's good enough. We'll be fine. Let's stick to the... Is there something I do here? I don't recall. Oh well. We'll continue making our own path.
You've discovered Fanaki leaves, the densest jungle in the land. Better get hacking.
Interesting.
Stories only...
Don't understand why it says catch the mirage when they don't move.
Sometimes what you'll see doesn't feel real until it brings you back to that particular moment, like stepping into a time machine. It's hard to shake these memories and their accompanying feelings. Our brains play tricks on us, so it will take effort to avoid them. However, there's no doubt that what you remember
Dropped
makes
my
your
phone
future
there.
different.
Let's unlock the turret.
You weren't supposed to know how to start the automaton pew-pew pang, but clearly you figured that out way back then.
You unlock the automaton turret. When entering combat, the automaton automatically activates the turret and starts attacking your enemies. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Dawn must be coming soon, because it's awfully dark right now. Sharp steel.
I was trying to figure out what's shooting at him, and of course it's the automaton.
Ah, see that e-waste? Always handy. You found the Moly Hole outpost, an old Pichu tribe hole in the wall.
Okay, nearly there. Weird elk thingies. Or moose, I suppose that would be more like. There's your fast travel point.
The Surge Surf Factory. Keep your eye out for Wiz while you're here. Let's see. Have you ever seen so much green?
Interesting. Wiz Tinker Tunker.
Wuz isn't easy on the tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Wiz. You might remember him from the old days when he let you try his octopod? Wiz remembers you were such a cheery kid, and he's glad to see that light hasn't faded from you, despite the years. But Wiz understands it was a long time ago, and memories get murkier the deeper you go. But says it helps to have friends with you to plumb those depths.
Tell me about Lupa Lupin.
He set up camp at the foot of the Tree of Life. It's gotten more difficult for it to find defenseless prey, as it's already eaten most of them. Wiz says our memory keeps things for us, preserves them until we are ready to face them again. He knows you've returned to face Lupa Lupin, and that confrontation is as inevitable as the tides. He's not surprised that the loss of your family could plunge you into the depths forever, but you've always been able to rise like a bubble to the surface, no matter what. He knows that though the tides of history may push you in one direction, you can always lay your own course.
I want revenge.
He feels you've deserved revenge because of how you were wronged. You've suffered enough to make him pay.
Getting darker around here by the minute.
Can't come fast.
There's still time. Dark hasn't won yet.
Oh, but it will. And we'll take our time to enjoy it.
Just like you to enjoy the end of everything.
Hey, even endings have to end.
Asks if you ever think about freedom and whether any of us really has it. Did you make the decisions that brought you here, or are you just a pawn of fate?
I make my own choices.
Glad to hear that. He only wishes he was that sure about himself. Sad that the world is close to death, wonders if he might be able to hold out a bit longer in an octopod. Impressed that you fought so hard to keep the world spinning. Fascinated you wound up working with the Jagni. He thinks of them not as makers, but takers.
They make nests.
He's talking about important things, not homes. Things that matter to the wider world. But that's not nearly as important as this. Wiz says that you should let the past dwell in the depths. But there's something else down there too, gnawing at the Tree of Life. He's named it the Merc Puff. This is why he's tinker-tonkering with the octopod. But the lid got stuck, so he needs a big enough tug twister to open it up and let you a-go-in. He can't leave the surge station, so you must help him find a tug twister. There's a wound-up mecha fingro in the mecha stadium that still has one stuck on its back. Find it, and you'll find the tug twister.
Mecha fingro.
It's definitely made to lend a helping hand and do the heavy lifting. Toxanol records mention it as an automaton made for moving bionucleus matter into storage areas.
Okay. We'll figure this out then.
Look at the notices on that board. No one paid much attention to them, it looks like. Wiz should be around here somewhere, probably taking care of his guppos. A surge surf factory was one of the cleaner ways to make power, until the surf turned into goo and clogged it all up, that is.
What stopped it from working, though? You just answered that.
The thicker the surf became with goo, the more the machinery clogged up and stopped working. Like most things from the bygone. There are sure to be more tracks around here, maybe by the shore.
Yeah, let's try not to drown.
A moon could make this a hunter's night.
Is there no moon? There's a moon.
Glad to see some wood scrap there.
What are we fighting? There you are. Ah, there you are. Looks like that got him all.
Plastic scrap stays forever, but maybe you can make something out of it.
Are we even going the right way? Maybe. Let's get our mount here.
Hey, a mount has no gears to grind.
Come on.
An old home. Could be something to it.
Ah. Let's just keep going. Looks like this might be where we don't follow the road. Yep. We're almost there.
You found a brick-rack that's not absolutely flat. Don't want to point a finger, but the Mecha Stadium is near here. Stories keep moving whether you drive them or not. Someone locked it solid. Not opening for you. Locked, but good.
Okay, we'll find a different way in then. Magnuma. That's impressive. Let's see if we can slap that into our gun.
Ready to make something?
Oops. Okay, that will drop our damage by a decent bit, but I'm curious to see what it does. Decent rate of fire on it. Wrench curve. Okay, that unlocks that.
You need to loosen the bolts without unsettling it.
So that one's in its right location.
That's it. The tug twister's loose. Let's hope it turned the grabbing hand into a helping hand, too.
This mechanical marvel is one-of-a-kind mount. It even has a gun built in. Tame the weapon when mounted, press L2. While aiming, shoot by pressing R2. Okay.
You need to line up the switches so they match.
Nope.
Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.
Stripey pants. Okay, so we are able to summon it. I was worried we wouldn't be able to. I am quite happy that that is not the case. Alright, let's return to Wiz. If you're using it that way, that wrench isn't going to give you very much force.
The tug twister would do the trick, but now realizes brute force won't do the trick. You need something slick.
I'm slick.
Well, he means slick as in greasy, so you can lube the hinges of the lid. He can't argue against the fact your fur's shiny. He says the lid should open if you sprinkle grease it. Problem is, he's all out.
Of course.
He knows his old friend Choo Choo always keeps his grease sprinklers well filled. He should have an extra that you can borrow. He stresses that you should come back as soon as you've retrieved the grease sprinkler. Wiz heard he's currently stranded at the end of the line, so it should be easier to track him down now compared to when he's running rails.
Okay, we're headed there. Means we should probably fast travel there. And then after we get this, we're going to need to collect some sort of animal thing we'll use as ammo. Because this is very predictable. It is weird to have a clockwork disembodied hand to ride on. We're getting there. It'll just take a little while. Yep. Well, that exploded. Can we resummon you? Yes, we can.
You can see the horizon now.
Those are very Dr. Seuss-like critters there.
That's Punchy's place up in that little blimp. No better upgrade bench around.
Is there a point of using an upgrade bench? We seem to be able to craft things just
You've
fine
reached
on
the
our own.
end of the line. Bet you can find Choo-Choo here. Choo-Choo knew you would make it to him one day. All you had to do was follow the steel path. The rails might be getting rusty, but eventually they all converge on him.
Why do you read the rails?
Claims rails are like rules. If you follow them the way you're supposed to, everything good in life can roll your way. Says you followed the rails to where you need to be, but tracks have switches in them too. The question is then, will you keep on the same track or look for a way to hit that switch? You seem like you're on the right track already. He just hopes you don't get sidetracked onto a darker path. Whichever way you go, he wants you to know that the rails never steer you wrong. Stick to them and they always bring you right to where you're meant to be. Wants to know if you've ever regretted taking one track in life instead of another. If you could go back, would you switch tracks or keep chugging along the one you're on?
My track is the right track.
Likes your sureness, the way you keep at it like a chug-chug with no way to reverse. Feels like the world's on a runaway chug straight over a cliff. Can't thank you enough for hitting the brakes and working to turn the world chug around. Thinks you shouldn't work with the Jagni. They once tried to bolt one of their masks to his face.
They were trying to help?
They did an awful
Not
job.
sure how that's
Took forever
helping,
to get
but
those bolts out. But let's not get derailed. Says he's surprised to see anyone this far out, but sometimes the wrong train does take you to the right station. As you can see, he didn't plan to make a stop here, but now that he had to, he's really happy to see you. He says his name is Choo-Choo. He's been off track since the world started dying, but he's trained his mind to stay positive regardless of the situation.
I make my
He thinks
own.
that's fine, but there's no path in this world that's not been already made. He's convinced the tracks are like the paths our lives take, and you must deal with the outcome, even if you didn't lay them yourself. This time, though, he was sidetracked and needs a new wing nut to get back on track. Wing nuts are easy to find, as they're fitted on any in-front chugga-chugga out there. The challenge is taking them off, so he's happy you're here to do it for him.
Sounds dangerous.
Says there's nothing to it. Just don't let the chugger chug you down.
Oh, yes. That is deliciously dark of you.
I'd love another
We
slice.
need less dark, no more.
Yes, the dark is as easy as cake. Dark, dark cake.
Yeah,
Just
I
spit
hate
it
what
out,
the screen
please.
is doing currently.
It's awful.
Awfully good, you mean?
Okay, guess we're doing a fetch quest to do another fetch quest. And then we'll do another fetch quest. Because that's how it be.
Don't let your mount ignore you.
Not my concern. Okay, almost to it.
The Wing Nut Chug Tunnel. It goes on forever.
All right. Guess we're dropping down.
No windows to look out at the sky from down here.
Nope. There would not be. Incendiary module. Okay. Looks like we're going up those stairs. Ah. side spike. Excuse me. And a divider. Circle guard. Wait, what did I mess up? Oh, that one I reversed. Yep. Okay. So correct. That looks like it. Yeah. So it started out correct, so I needed to move stuff. Yeah. So now we just return to Choo Choo, huh? Did he have a fast travel point near him? Apparently we forgot to activate the fast travel points. That's annoying.
Love to hear a mount's footbeat.
Ah. Well, that was an unfortunate jump. Another of those. You say to catch the mirage, but it's not really running from me.
If you close your eyes hard enough to reality, your mind opens to let memories in. That's one way to remember what's forgotten.
Ah. Interesting. He likes doing that one, huh?
When an unwanted memory intrudes on the mind, it is a natural reaction to want to block it out or just change it.
Now are you moving on me, or can we go back into it? We'll figure that out.
However, there's no doubt that what you remember makes your future different.
Unlock the health injector.
Good thing you recalled how to activate the automaton's health injector. That will be useful.
You unlock the automaton health injector. When you've taken damage, you can activate this to heal yourself. The injector can be activated by using the quick select menu in the same way as any other healing item. That will be useful, I imagine. Probably more useful
this is a
than...
chug depot. Might be able to catch a chugger here. Don't distract this beastie. It's working. Choo-Choo says he knew you'd come through. If someone makes a stop at your station, it's for a good reason, but he understands no one gets their tracks greased for free. He'd be happy to part with his spare grease sprinkler, as he believes it's a great fit for any of your business that needs to be unstuck. He keeps it safe in a box on the handcart, in case of emergency.
Where is it?
It's on the cart. He wants to
Yes.
keep it close by. In general, you won't have much time to act in case of an emergency. Choo-Choo says you should help yourself to the grease sprinkler. It's a versatile tool from the bygone, a last of its kind, so don't let it go to waste. He's convinced you'll put it to good use, as there are lots of stuckies out there that need greasing to open.
That gadget is
Says
mine.
he's glad to see it in good hands, rough as they might be.
Well, speaking for the Dark, we approve.
Can't
Approval
believe
is
they let you
good.
manipulate them like that.
You're just jealous that you're no good at it.
Who would want to be good at manipulating people?
Winners. That's who.
Choo-Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place.
I'm out of here.
Understands you have other places you need to go.
Interact.
Choo-Choo says he can't wait to get out of this place.
I'm out of here.
Hopes to
That's
see you
not
again soon.
what I wanted you to interact with. That is what I wanted you to interact with. Grease sprinkler. It's a ranged weapon, apparently. We will unlock a fast travel point.
Let's see. You're here for a reason. It's up to you to figure out what that is.
And that says return to Choo-Choo still. Why do you want me to return to Choo-Choo?
You shouldn't worry about smashing up the box. Choo-Choo has no use for it now. Choo Choo says he feels strongly about helping his next, just like you did for him. He's convinced there was a bigger reason you met. Sometimes the wrong train will take you to the right place. He believes you've got what it takes to make a difference. He's witnessed it himself.
I can't let rails confine me.
Figures everyone chooses their own path. The longer you ride the rails, though, the easier it is to travel with friends. Choo Choo's thrilled you found the Ark. Just imagine how much faster than a chug that thing must be. And no rails needed.
It could go anywhere.
Needs no rails, no roads, nothing but air. With the world ending and all the chugs going with it, it's fun to think about what kinds of yards the Ark could take you to instead. Says he's happy to see the Ark in your hands. Knows you'll go great places with it and do some good. Wonders who you might call aboard the Ark with you.
So, what we
Yeah, might as well.
Why? You don't need anyone.
if you want
And this conversation again.
After spending a life on the rails, he's eager to ride the skies with you. Just let him pack his rollerboard, and he'll roll aboard. Choo Choo says he's ready to pack up
I
and
must
leave.
be going.
Didn't that?
Yeah. Now we go back to Wits. Through fast travel, which, if this game did not have fast travel, that would be absolutely miserable. And the loading screens for the fast travel are slow enough as is. But can't complain about that too much.
There are places up ahead far worse than this.
Let's get it greased.
Wiz says that there's no plan to confront the Merkpuff until the octopod is properly armed.
Armed with what?
He's happy to tell you that the cannon he's been working on now just needs ammunition. He says his old friend Boom makes all things that go bang. There's a rumor that some of Boom's pyro sticks shot off and are out there roaming free. You should keep an eye on the horizon for pyros. If you're fast, you have a shot at catching some of them before they go off.
Where can I find them?
Boom has named the place Puff Duff Bluff. It sounds silly, but it's an accurate description considering most of the pyros are duds, seeing as they're as old as the old world.
Okay, we will call this episode there. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, and I hope you'll join us in the next one.